Hello, Chris here from Mixdown Online. I'm here with Rick from Presonus. And Rick, how are you?
Great, doing well.
Perfect. So now we're going to look at the Faderport 8. So explain to me how that works.
Great. Well, the Faderport 8 is a touch-sensitive moving fader control surface, and we've designed it to work with, of course, Studio One, which is our DAW, but it also works with a number of other DAWs using Mackie Control Universal and also Huey for Pro Tools. And so basically, if you take a look at the Faderport, as you can see, you've got 8 touch-sensitive moving faders, and of course, it's a bi-directional communication. So, you know, if I grab a fader on the screen, you'll see it's controlling the Faderport, and vice versa. You can use the left and right arrow buttons to go through your channels like this. You can also use the jog wheel as well. If I press channel, and I can use the jog wheel to go through my channels like this. If you hold down bank, it'll actually go in 8-channel increments. And then you have the ability to do kind of your main functions. For example, you know, if I want to mute and solo tracks, I can do that right here on a per channel basis. You have scribble strips up here that show you what track you're on. And then you also have the ability, if you hit the pan, now I've turned these faders into panning for those particular channels. You can also look at your sends on faders, and you can also edit your plugins. Now, the other thing that's really nice about the Faderport is the fact that you have the ability to just bring up different kind of views. So right here, you know, I can basically show and hide my inspector. With this button, I can bring up the large editor. The next view is bringing up and down the mixer. Then I can bring up the browser and hide it. So there's a lot of just quick and easy ways to kind of navigate and basically be able to see what you want to see. Of course, you've got nice big buttons here for your transport control. So for playing, you know, you can fast forward and kind of go through different parts of the song. And then, of course, you know, if I want to arm tracks, you can hit the arm button right here and, you know, select a track to be armed and then just hit record. So it's very, very easy to kind of navigate. The Faderport 8, like I said, these are touch-sensitive moving faders, so they're useful in writing automation. So, you know, I can essentially, you know, pick a particular channel and, like, let's say if I wanted to write automation on this particular channel, on the bass, for example, all I have to do is pick my automation mode right here. So if I wanted to, you know, do a touch automation or something on that track, literally just hit play, start writing the automation, and it starts writing. And similarly, you have a dedicated write mode. You can also just put it into read after you're done, and it'll read the automation. And so the Faderport has now been shipping for a couple of months worldwide. It's got a U.S. street price of $4.99. And like I said, originally we have basically, if you're using Studio One, it basically just, you plug it in and it works. It automatically gets recognized. If you're using another DAW like Pro Tools or Cubase, you can put it into Mackie Control Universal mode or Huey mode, and it'll work with that as well. So thanks a lot.
So that was Rick from Presonus. So if you want to check the Faderport 8, go on the Presonus site, and it looks pretty cool.